Hi guys, my name is Haley. I'm one of the instructors here at the SIG SAUER Academy. Today we're going to be talking a little bit about pistol malfunctions. A couple different reasons why we may experience a malfunction. Could be something as simple as an issue with ammo. Maybe it's a me issue and I forgot to seat the mag properly, or I forgot to actually chamber around. Maybe my grip isn't very good, so I'm not allowing the gun to function properly. Could even mean I could have a very dirty gun, maybe worn or even broken parts. So we'll start by clearing out our pistol to start with. So checking the chamber, breech face, mag well, chamber, breech face, mag well. So with our pistol, we can go ahead and for this, I'll load inert training rounds that came with the kit into the magazine. Okay. All right, anytime I do any kind of dry fire or dry repetition, I wanna make sure I'm getting a good rep of everything. So I'm gonna set myself and my stance up for success as if I was actually going to shoot. I also wanna make sure I'm building a good grip just the same. So I'm gonna start by inserting the magazine. Then I'm gonna send the slide forward. In this case, I'm gonna choose to use the slide release. Send that forward. I'm gonna come on target. Once I'm on target, I can disengage the manual safety and my finger can move to the trigger. If I'm expecting a bang, but I get a click, the very first thing I need to do is remove my finger from the trigger, high and on the slide. Then I'm gonna bring the pistol into my workspace. I'm going to tap or slap the bottom of the mag to make sure it's fully seated. Then I'm going to rack the slide and try to eject whatever's in there out. Or if I didn't chamber around, it'll chamber around. All right, in that case, I heard and I saw something come out, so then I can come back on target and reassess. If I need to continue shooting, I can do so, or if I don't need to shoot, I'm good to just bring it in, safety back in, and set it down. All right, so we've covered majority of malfunctions where that tap rack method will work for us, but it may not work for everything. So I went ahead and I set up an instance where that may not work, but we're still gonna try. So this is actually called a failure to extract. So that means that a spent casing failed to extract the chamber before the next round was able to feed through the chamber. So that'll happen while we're firing, where the slide locks to the rear. The previous round was never extracted from the chamber, and then I have a new round that's fighting to go forward. So I'm going to get into a good stance, like any good dry rep, get my pistol, build a good grip, come out on target. So once I'm on target, safety comes off, finger goes to trigger. I try to pull the trigger, but something doesn't happen. I'm not getting the bang that I expect. So my finger goes high to the slide. I'm gonna bring the pistol into my workspace. Then I'm going to attempt to do that tap rack method. Tap, rack. And as you can see, my slide is still failing to go back into battery and nothing actually ejected out. So I'm gonna need to remove the magazine completely, clear the gun, reload, and reassess. So I'm gonna hit my magazine release. In this case, it's not dropping because of the added pressure. So I'm gonna have to rip the magazine out. Let it come out. The slide went forward. I'm gonna rack. Whatever needs to come out will come out. I'll grab my magazine. I'm going to reinsert. Then I need to chamber a new round. I've now reloaded and I can come back on target and reassess if I need to shoot. I can shoot, otherwise I can bring the pistol back in, safety goes back on, and gun goes down. So now that we've went over quite a few different malfunctions and ways to work through them, this is something that you can actually practice. You can go to the range and you should have the confidence to work through any malfunction you may come across. You can also mix in the dummy rounds in with live magazines and get a surprise rep of that failure to fire and work through that tap rack motion.